We can all agree this is the worst one, right? I don't need to explain this one. Okay, good. I wanted to compile every one-hit wonder from the 2010s. The definition I'll be using for one-hit wonder is an artist who has only one song in the top 40 of Billboard's Hot 100 chart. What's more, they have to be the main artist. Features don't count. For example, Lauren Bennett and Goonrock were on LMFAO's Party Rock Anthem, and that would make them one-hit wonders. However, they're just features, so they're disqualified. Conversely, Owl City and Carly Rae Jepsen are both listed as main artists on Good Time, making them not one-hit wonders. From my research, I found 131 one-hit wonders from the 2010s. To go through and rank all of these songs would be grueling and also kind of boring because I just don't have feelings about some of these songs. I apologize to everyone who wanted to know what would be number 84, A Great Big World Say Something or Blueface's Tatiana. So here's what I'll do instead. I'll first go through and sort all of these songs into specific categories, and then I'll give you my top and bottom 10 one-hit wonders. Our first category just got off the bus from downtown Idaho with nothing but a backpack and a dream. It's reality competition slop. Reality singing shows may have been winding down culturally throughout the 2010s, but we saw a few contestants score hits while they were still on the show. 2 from the first season of The Voice and 1 from season 10 of American Idol. None of these songs are terrible, but they're on the charts more for their ties to a reality show narrative. Fun fact, by the way, Javier Colon's Stitch by Stitch held the record for the steepest drop-off on the Hot 100 up until A$AP Ferg took the record in 2020. Our next category is a bucket of popcorn, Romanian popcorn at that. This was a specific style of dance music originating in Romania, featuring things like staccato synths and accordions. Only 2 songs in this category, though I always felt like We No Speak Americano should be here too. It's Australian in origin, but it feels spiritually Romanian. Spiritually popcorn. Speaking of being spiritually something, this next category is going to need some context. So initially, I was going to have a category with 2 songs in it by James Arthur and James Bay, and I was going to call the category James. But as I sat with it and thought about it more, I realized that there were other songs not made by James, but that were spiritually James. Spiritually James songs are emotional ballads for white people. You take a tender vocalist, pair them with guitar or piano, maybe a dash of string swells, then just put the song in an episode of Grey's Anatomy, or Keeping Up with the Kardashians, or The Eric Andre Show, and you've got a hit. Alrighty, let's take a stroll down that old dirt road and get a gander at some of that there basic-ass country. Yeehaw, partner. These are all really simple, pedestrian country songs. Most of them charted in the 30s, barely showed up on the year-end charts, and this is probably the first time you've thought about any of them in over a decade. If one of them murdered your cousin and they were all standing in a line, you'd probably be like, how did a song murder them in the first place? Let's round out our look at white people with what might be the most famous subgenre of 2010s pop, Stomp Clap Hey. A fitting name because it's what happens in the songs. Stomping, clapping, haying. There are also acoustic guitars, various string instruments, overalls, tweed jackets. Visually, these have all aged as well as a dog filter. But let's not smack crash hate on all of these songs solely for how they present. Some of them are good. Ho Hey, I will still go to bat for that song, as well as the Lumineers' second album. I think it holds up really well. Come With Me Now, great song. Shout out to the trailer for Holy Motors. Best day of my life. Never mind, I hate this one. Stomp Clap Hey songs are viewed as a novelty these days, but let's not forget the actual novelty songs of the 2010s. Some of these make complete sense being here. Ylvis's What Does the Fox Say? Quintessential one-hit wonder. Look in the dictionary for one-hit wonder and you'll find the definition for one-hit wonder, which this song is. Some of these are more novelties because of their ties to movie soundtracks. Anna Kendrick doing cups in that one scene of Pitch Perfect? Classic. Great scene. It then becoming a full-on hit song? Not needed, but I won't lose sleep over it. And some of these are surprising. Like, how is I Just Had Sex, The Lonely Island's only top 40 hit? I ask not just because they have a lot of other popular songs, but also because I feel like all of those were more popular than this one. Where's I'm on a Boat? Where's Jack Sparrow? Where's Jizz in My Pants? I think the question was answered in its asking. Okay, let's change things up. Picture this. Finals are done, you pull up to the basement party, Four Loko in one hand and a Pop-Tart in the other. You walk in, dudes wearing skinny jean shorts, ladies wearing shrunken blazers, and on the aux, Hit the Quan. This category is college party royalty. These are all the songs that dominated college parties throughout the decade. Are all of these songs good? Debatable. But they possess something more powerful than mere quality: the ability to make drunk college students lose their minds. And I'll say, maybe it's because I was one of those college students, but some of these songs hold up. Bugatti, No Hands, Hot, the second word in the title of YG's highest charting song.
We're replacing Cuomo with Bobby Shmurda!
Bobby for governor! Bobby for governor!
There's also my beloved Hit the Quan, which I love not just on its own, but for it being in that one Kendrick Lamar music video where he and Terry Crews dance to it. Kendrick, you okay back there? This next category might only make sense to me, but I hope it makes sense to you too. I call it 2010s sound. These songs may not have defined the 2010s, but they sound like the 2010s. Carmen's Brokenhearted, for example. Bright guitars, a kick drum that could swallow worlds, a white woman rapping and ending every chorus with Cheerio. Like, I don't hate this song, and I understand the lead singer still makes music that people like, but this song is peak millennial Pork Chungus. This is 2012 in audio form. The rest of these songs embody the sounds of the decade, for better or worse. You could map the decade from Out of Sight going, ooh, ooh, to Robin Schulz's downtempo EDM, to Omi's Tropical House, to Shade's low-key, wubtacular pop. All right, next up is the classic tier. Only 2 classic songs in this category, and it's because they're both classic. And I don't mean like they're good, I mean they both have classic in their name. Classic.
Classic, 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 classic.
This next category is shockingly big. A one-hit wonder artist making a song that features someone who is most definitely not a one-hit wonder. A tried and true practice in music, having a new artist introduced with the aid of an already known presence. This new thing is scary and strange, but when you put Pitbull within a 6-foot radius, sign me up. This is where we get some real interesting case studies. Luis Fonsi, he's a one-hit wonder with Despacito. That doesn't feel right, but I also can't name another song of his. King's Dead is a posse cut off the Black Panther soundtrack, but it's also a one-hit wonder for J-Rock and James Blake. Bradley Cooper is a one-hit wonder thanks to the inspiring power of Lady Gaga. And despite many features on many big songs, Juicy J only has one hit to his own name, featuring 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne.
Make a movie with your bitch, Steven Spielberg.
Ah yes, my favorite directors. Steven Spiel, Martin Score, Greta Gerwig. But sadly, the artists in this category could only score one hit song, even with the major assist. The discrepancy is wild, which reminds me, there's another kind of discrepancy we can talk about. Artists who are one-hit wonders in the States, but are much bigger across the pond. I'm gonna call this the Oasis category because, yeah, technically Oasis are one-hit wonders in the US. All the artists in this category have scored multiple hits in the UK, but only managed to get one solo top 40 hit in the US. I wanted to call this out because calling Cher Lloyd or George Ezra one-hit wonders might be technically correct, but it feels like a very American-centric view. It omits a good deal of their impact. It would kind of be like calling Kate Bush a one-hit wonder, which in the US she is. Wait, she scored another hit here, but it was the same song? Is she a one-hit wonder then? A 1-squared hit wonder? On a similar note, let's look at artists who are major names behind the scenes, but manage to get one hit under their own name. Orianthi, she's a professional guitarist who's played with some of the biggest names in music. Remember that one clip of Michael Jackson rehearsing right before he passed away? She's the guitarist in that clip. She got one top 40 hit with According to You, but she continues to record and tour. Julia Michaels is also an interesting case. She's a huge name in pop songwriting. She's got tunes with Sabrina Carpenter, Tate McRae, Selena Gomez, Britney Spears, but on the public-facing end, just one top 40 hit, though she's got a couple of features too. Next up, One part that annoys me. These are songs with one part that really annoys me. For Flume's Never Be Like You, it's the way Kai sings the title. It's so shaky and warbly to me. It's like, I'll never be like you. For Kiara's Gold, it's the processed vocals on the chorus. Like, cool? What's the emotion here? What do I do with this information? And for John Bellion's All-Time Low, it's also the chorus. I know John's got passionate fans, and no hate to them or the guy, but God, the low, it grates on me so much. While I'm sharing personal factoids about me, here's another one. I am old and decrepit. I've been in this pop music game for over a decade. I've seen the winds of change carry the sands of time through the annals of history. I remember a time when the big industry plant debate was all about Rin Weaver, and now no one knows who that is. I came up with the indie blogs, and the 2010s were a beautiful time where some artists I found through indie spaces managed to score mainstream success. This category is for those songs. I remember hearing Walk the Moon's Anna Sun in some random YouTube indie pop playlist. Then when I saw them hit it big with Shut Up and Dance, that felt good. I was like, yeah, I have object permanence. It was neat too because many of these songs had slow burn climbs to their peak on the chart. It made their success feel all the more potent and special, like We the People made Alex Clare's Too Close happen with the help of a Microsoft ad. Okay, now we've got one-hit wonders that feel weird. Foster the People, for example. Pumped Up Kicks was, of course, their defining hit, but they've had a fairly consistent presence in the years since. Plus, Sit Next to Me was also pretty popular, though it only got to 42. The Neighborhood, too. They invented Tumblr, I think. Sweater Weather continues to be a popular song. The lead singer dated Billie Eilish for a sec, and people hated it. But despite all that, no, one-hit wonder. In fact, they're an extreme case. They've only had one song ever on the Hot 100. Aloe Black, Portugal the Man, Troye Sivan. It just feels weird to call them one-hit wonders. And some of these feel like technicalities. DNCE is a one-hit wonder with Cake by the Ocean, but DNCE is fronted by a man from a band of brothers that has many hits. That actually hits on the next category, which I call no. These are artists who, frankly, I'm offended are one-hit wonders. Want an example?
A potato flew around my room before you came.
I know, disgusting, but it's true. Thinking About You is Frank Ocean's only top 40 hit. He did have Chanel chart in the 70s, and he was featured on Calvin Harris's Slide, but they don't count. Frank Ocean is a one-hit wonder. Hey, I don't make the rules. Or wait, I guess I did make the rules in this case. Whatever. The other artists here just feel wrong. Mark Ronson's only top 40 hit is Uptown Funk, but Mark is also a prolific producer who's worked on several hit songs. Jack U is the duo of Skrillex and Diplo, two artists with multiple hits. NERD is Pharrell's group. You see what I mean? These are full-on technicalities that make me feel the gross feeling. This last category is called Rude by Magic. It has only one song in it, Rude by Magic. I didn't think it fit into any other category. Maybe you could put it into 2010's Sound, but I also think having Rude in its own category, like as an island unto itself, it's just funny. All right, now with everyone sorted, let's determine which of these songs are eternal classics and which ones should make like fidget spinners and die.
What does the fuck say?
Hey, it's funny. I still think it's funny. I also want to give it props because I do think it's a well-made song. Like the melody and the ways it builds into each new section. I've always liked the end with the harmonies and the EDM drop and the Fox coming in with the ba-da-ba-bum-wait-um. As a song, I think it's underrated.
Came up from bottom, you don't even know.
This song isn't terrible, but it's landing here solely for the Rick Ross verse.
Put Molly all in her champagne. She ain't even know it. I took her home and I enjoyed that. She ain't even know it.
Genuinely baffling that no one thought to rewrite that.
Please watch your step, cause I'm feeling myself.
To this day, I get "Please watch your step, cause I'm feeling myself" stuck in my head. This one is here solely for the chorus. Sorry, it's just so annoying.
The sun goes down, the stars come.
I'm gonna be real, this one in totality is just fine. It's a basic boy band song with the most basic sexual innuendo. However, I'm putting it here for what might be the greatest lyrical scheme in any boy band song. Allow me to read it to you. Turn the lights out now. Now I'll take you by the hand you another drink. Drink it if you can. Can you spend a little time? Time is slipping away from us, so stay. Stay with me, I can make you glad you came. Shakespeare, Hemingway, Bukowski, Mac.
All I hear is I'm not ready now.
Does anyone even remember this one? It was featured in a video by the clothing company Ren, where they got a bunch of strangers to make out. The song is really nothing, it's glum as hell in fact, but I hope Soko is doing well, and I hope all the commenters on the video are not this sad anymore. Okay, can we actually check on all of these people? Are they okay?
I woke up in a new Bugatti.
This right here is the power of a good chorus. Everything between the choruses could be trash, but as soon as Future comes in and yells,
I woke up in a new Bugatti.
it would all melt away. God, it still goes so hard.
Nah, honey, I'm good.
I don't like using commercial music as a knock against a song. Sometimes songs can be upbeat and happy, and it's not their fault that they might be used to promote products and services. That said, Honey, I'm Good is very much commercial music in the worst way. This was born to soundtrack Half Off Ribs Night at Applebee's or the Extinction Event at Chili's. Frank Ocean is a legend, and Channel Orange is a classic album. Thinking About You is like the 10th best song on it, which means it's still really good. Now, when are we gonna make Nature Feels a hit on TikTok?
I am a lost boy from Neverland.
Absolute nothing ballad. If you love this song, more power to you, but I never understood why this was a hit. There's no motion to it. It's the musical equivalent of stale air. I got 5 words for you. iTunes Single of the Week. I got this song as a free download, and it never left my crusty-ass iPod Touch.
Watch me whip, now watch me nay-nay.
I'll admit, the memes were funny. They're still kind of funny in the same way that memes about dabbing are funny. You look and you're like, oh yeah. But as a song, there is nothing here. Honestly, I put it as college party royalty, but it could probably be a novelty hit at this point. Oh well, at least Silento is probably doing well. Wait, he killed his cousin? What the fuck? Okay, I know, it's overplayed to hell and back, it's on every wedding playlist, it's been beaten to death, but it's still a good song. One of Bruno's best vocals ever, good horns, the do-do-dos, and my favorite part, this little bit in the outro. The moment I heard that, I was like, this is a hit song. The most 2013-ass pop song to ever exist, which shocks me because it came out in 2017 and got big in 2018. I know there's the meme of someone will do X instead of going to therapy, but this kind of we're both broken so we can be together and fix each other thinking is genuinely what people think before going to therapy. I didn't think this one would have lasted as long as it did. If you told me this random song from a Swedish pop duo featuring a British singer who had only one album to her name would not only be a big hit, but still pop off in the year 2026, I would not have believed you. But you simply can't underestimate a song with a big synth that goes bwah, 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 bwah. It's just a shame Charlie XCX has been stuck in the upside down ever since.
Hey guys, it's Charlie XCX. I don't know how I got here, but I'm in the upside down at Doritos Music Fest 86.
Why you gotta be so rude?
I don't even hate this one, but it can't not be here. It represents something wrong with us. Like, how did we let this happen? Of course, it commits the cardinal sin of being white boy reggae, but the whole song builds to the weakest emotion. My girl's father won't let us get married?
Why you gotta be so rude?
What a complete emotional mismatch. Hey man, I just shot you in the chest with a gun. Hey man, that's really inconsiderate of you, and I hope going forward you practice better self-restraint. Talk about a real slow burn. This song comes out in 2012 as a single for a 2013 album and doesn't pop off in the mainstream until 2014. But that's just what happens when a fire starts to burn. Immaculate production, the catchiest "nother" in pop music, and the introduction of an incredible vocalist named Sam Smith. Goated song. All of the malice we hold for Stomp Clap Hey nowadays should be directed directly towards this song. It's everything wrong with the era, wrapped up in a song that just isn't good. The blandest chorus, the blandest millennial whoops, the blandest production. When I'm having the best day of my life, I'm putting on the Baha Men, not these guys. You know how hard it is to think of songs that everyone likes? I don't know a single person who doesn't at least like somebody that I used to know. Mecha Satan, perhaps? The Luis Bonfa sample, Gautier passionately singing about a love that scorned him, Kimbra busting in with a verse that calls out Gautier, the sick harmonies in the last chorus. I'd say I'm trying not to be biased, but this is also literally my own top 10 list, so likely place for bias to be. Gautier is also special because he might be the only one-hit wonder of the 2010s who actively chose to be a one-hit wonder. Dude got a hit with that one song, toured the world with it, got a bunch of Grammys, then went back to Australia to work with his old band, and that's it. I hope he's doing well. And the worst one-hit wonder of the 2010s is... What? I told you this was dead last. Let me know what you think of these songs, if I got any of these categories or rankings right or wrong. I expect a lot of folks to debate these songs and whether they're good or not, which is wild as someone who grew up in the 2010s. Like, everyone around me thought LMFAO was the stupidest thing ever, and now I'm seeing people say they were good? It just goes to show how powerful pop songs can be. Pop music is the greatest drug. Aside from actual drugs. Drugs have historically been a major influence in music. If you want to learn more about how drugs have shaped the music we love, I highly recommend the new documentary series from Polyphonic, available exclusively on Nebula. Nebula has a lot of drugs. If by drugs you mean high-quality series and videos from the best online creators today, because of course that's how you meant it. All my videos are on there without ads or sponsors, but you can also catch up on a growing library of exclusive originals, scripted sitcoms, live comedy specials, escapades around the world. If you are a person with interests, Nebula will have something for you, and it'll be as good, if not better, than what you would find on any other streamer. If you click the link in the description, go.nebula.tv/Mike the Snare, or scan the QR code on screen, you can get 50% off an annual subscription, and you can help support me and the channel. Thanks to Nebula for sponsoring this video. See y'all next time.